good morning to you, Grenada, and the rest of the world on, yes, very cloudy, overcast morning here in the Spice Isle, Tuesday morning. But I'll tell you, Georgie Porgy is all pumped up. I mean, pumped up. Now, cloudy morning, overcast, what's got him so excited? Man, oh man, oh man. I'm happy to be sitting here this morning and saying to you that looks like we maybe at a turning point. What am I talking about? You know, over the past, since about April, we've been having all kinds of hassles, not only with this broadcast, but also with the Sundays with George Grant, and especially Make We Chat at night. It's been horrendous, to say the least. And I've sort of kept you updated, you know, every day when you folks come on and start complaining about how difficult it is for you to watch us on Facebook. I've tried to explain, you know, some of what's been going on. Well, we've been in talks with a company here, which everybody knows, Digicel. And I am so delighted to say to you this morning that you can expect better things, bigger and better things on the way forward. So, excuse me, I'll tell you in a wee bit why I'm laughing. Okay, yes, you can expect better things this morning. Digicel was in here with me yesterday afternoon, and they have now informed me that they have switched us to another network. Okay, same company, but they've switched us to another network. And as a result, from now on, you should not be harassed by the buffering and interruptions that you have simply been plagued with for the last several months. Now, when we checked the speeds that were given to us, they were just awesome, incredible. And we actually did a very short, maybe about 10-15 minute broadcast yesterday afternoon, a test run, and things looked really hunky-dory. So I still insisted that, you know what, the proof is going to be in the pudding. So hold your horses, Georgie Porgy, hold your horses, and wait until you do this morning's program, and you'll find out whether or not things have really panned out and they have delivered. So I'm going to ask those of you who are with us on Facebook this morning to keep a close eye. Right now, as I glance out of my right eye here, I see that the green light is on. Hey, baby, everything looks pretty damn good. Let's keep an eye on it, and I hope that you will remain on Facebook wherever you are. And if not on Facebook, actually on the GRENADABROADCAST.com website, because you can see us there as well. And let's hope that things go well. And I want you to keep posting. Why? A little later on. Actually, as we speak, Digicel is monitoring us. They are watching us because they have pretty much sworn to me on a stack of Bibles, Mr. Grant, everything's going to be okay from tomorrow morning. Let's wait and see. Get down to brass tacks, George. Time will tell. This morning, we're going to begin with an opinion piece that was written by a gentleman many people here in Grenada know, Norris Mitchell. He's a retired architect, and his piece is captioned "Paradise Lost." You're also going to hear a note from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. They're calling on we, the people of the Caribbean, or the OECS anyway, to be calm and patient. You'll find out what that's about. As always, we do have the national report for you that came in last night. And we're going to wrap it up with a conversation. Yeah, with a conversation with one of the folks who's been helping us. This guy's been working his butt off to try and get us on the right path. And as far as he's concerned, we're good to go this morning. Okay? So, that's the good news I have for you. Now, let's get right into this morning's program. Mentioned to you, Paradise Lost is the caption for this opinion piece written by Mr. Norris Mitchell. Norris says, although now a senior citizen, I can still recall as a lad growing up on the lands in Guave during the 1940s, 50s, and even the 60s, when the priests, the teacher, and the police were revered members of our society, and the local community saw them as national role models. Today, from about the time of political independence in 1974, buttressed by the surge of the information overload era, followed by the current trend of fake news, the Grenadian persona has undergone a metamorphosis, a change, which is recognized by those like myself of a bygone age on an island nation which was then moving towards the path of creating in each parish a civitate day, an urban paradise. One can identify many reasons why we have lost our way, but the reality is that no longer are the priests and pastor, together with the police, regarded as national role models. The police become very active after the crime is committed. Calls for help from the public, especially by the poor, the vulnerable, and the elderly, are seldom provided. After the crime, a full investigation is announced, but the result of the investigation, if completed, is seldom made public. What is even more alarming is that the police have become a statistic in breaking the law, which they are supposed to uphold and protect. The voice of the priest, that is, the church, which used to be our moral and spiritual compass, is now silent, as it has allowed itself to be compromised by making concessions to the political directorate, rather than leading the way and guiding the flock to the promised land, in which they should be a leading participant. The saving of souls on an empty belly and under a leaking roof is hardly the way to paradise. And this brings me to the teacher, the last man standing, so to speak, in a society where political posturing, arrogance, and social injustice, human rights, for example, are methodically being eroded and becoming the order of the day. After the home, where you'll find the parents, the teacher is the de facto molder of the minds of the nation. They are the bedrock upon which a nation's intellectual foundation and character are built, and which gives us a societal face, so to speak, in the global tapestry of humanity. This is why they remain national role models and stand tall in the current impasse with the government, despite the recently orchestrated propaganda among the gullible to incite hatred for the teachers who have responded to the November salary deduction by a work-to-rule directive. I'm not a statistician or a lawyer, but what is clear to me and any logical mind is that our Constitution makes provision for teachers to be paid a 25% gratuity on retirement after a labor of love spanning, in some cases, over 30 unbroken years of service. This is deliberately so in order that they will not, in the evening of their lives, retire as pauperized members of a society that is supposed to look after the well-being of its senior citizens and not create an environment where they become mendicants, surviving on the reluctant generosity of the state. The paradise that Grenada could be, after surviving 400 years of white enslavement and the progress made over the years in an evolving Caribbean civilization, must not be exchanged in the 21st century for its black version. To all our readers, Merry Christmas and a progressive New Year. So, there you have it. That's the opinion piece that was submitted to us. And by the way, it's also up on the GRENADABROADCAST.com website, which is right where you are right now. You can go check that out sometime later on today. Now, I also received a note from the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. It's a release which is captioned, Monetary Council calls for calm and patience as the ECCB reviews Republic's application to acquire Scotiabank's operations in the ECCU. Now here's the text of that release. The Monetary Council of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank is encouraging citizens and residents of the ECCU to remain calm and exercise patience as the ECCB reviews the application from Republic Financial Holdings to acquire Scotiabank's business in the ECCU. The ECCB received an application on Tuesday, November 27th, from Republic Financial Holdings, that's RFHL, seeking regulatory approval to acquire the Bank of Nova Scotia's operations and businesses in the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union. The Monetary Council met on December 7th via video conference to discuss the most recent development in the ECCU banking sector, the planned withdrawal of Scotiabank. In addition to an earlier written briefing, the governor of the ECCB, Timothy Antoine, updated the council on the process since receipt of Republic's application. Already, the ECCB has prepared and submitted a detailed list of information requirements to RFHL, that's Republic Holdings, to facilitate the review. ECCU countries will await the findings and recommendation of the ECCB. The Monetary Council noted that pursuant to Section 43 of the Banking Act, the approval of the ECCB is required for the transfer of operations from Scotia to Republic. The ECCB, as a regulator, will undertake a thorough review after which it will determine whether to approve the transfer. The Monetary Council will now await the outcome of the ECCB's review process, which may take several months and will involve engagement with other regulators. During the process, the Council encourages the public to be calm and patient. To review the current ECCB Monetary Council members, you may visit the ECCB website at www.ecCB-org/P/monetary-council. Local ownership of banks is encouraged. The council agreed that it was highly desirable to have more local ownership of banks, provided these banks have strong capital, strong management, and a good corporate governance. To that end, more functional cooperation and consolidation among national banks is essential if they are to effectively compete with regional and international banks, grow their market share, and help propel the development of the ECCU. The ECCB is clear and resolute about the mandate to protect the EC dollar. The Council received assurances from the Governor that the bank will continue to maintain high levels of reserves as it has done for the past 35 years, whether or not the proposed transaction is approved. At present, the backing of the ECC dollar in foreign reserves is 98%. There you have it. That was the text of a release that was sent to us on the weekend, not on the weekend, yesterday, by the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank. Now, okay. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Let me turn to Facebook. Ow! Let me turn to Facebook here for just a minute, okay? Let's begin with Ronald McPhail. He is saying, RA is here. Welcome, RA. And TF Richards is also saying good morning to the family. Margaret, Chief Monitor, Margaret Francis is saying, it better be good, Internet. Yeah, I knew Margaret would be keeping a very close eye on this. And Glenn Andrew Mark is saying, good morning, Grenada. T.F. Richard says, happy birthday to our dear sister, Beverly Sinclair. May the good Lord continue to bless you. And Veronica Sandy is saying, good morning, George Grant. Morning, Grenada. Very cold morning again in New York. But what are we going to do? Resign yourself to it. It's only, mid-December? Got a few months left. Irene Rattan is saying, left to be seen. Good news anyway. I guess she's referring to the hope that we have come to the end of a little harassment there with the internet. Oswin Lewis is also checking in. Beverly Mitchell is saying good morning. Deborah Parker's, hello, Debbie, out there in Missouri. She's saying good morning. And Margaret says, is that the dreaded bee thing happening again? Well, yeah. I'm at a loss for words. I am at a loss for words because I see two things. One, as I look at my, I have a little green light and a little yellow light here. Well, yellow light is back on, my dear friends. Yellow light is back on this morning. And as I take a look at the GRENADABROADCAST.com website, I see it's buffering like always. As always. I repeat, as always. Not only buffering, but I'm also seeing interruptions where the picture, the video, is frozen. Friends, as I mentioned to you, Digicel has promised me faithfully that they're going to join us on the program this morning. By phone, they're not coming in here, but they're going to join us by phone. And as I mentioned to you, they're monitoring the broadcast this morning, so I imagine that they are seeing for themselves. T.F. Richard says, oh, here we go again. Thank you, Digicel. Hopes dashed again. You know what? It's embarrassing, my friends. It's embarrassing. Well, we're going to wait until they come on, which will be after today's edition of the National Report, and hear what they have to say. Take a look on the website, the Facebook feed. Look at it. Live video interrupted. The broadcast has been paused. Well, I didn't pause anything. Okay, so we're going to hear what they have to say in just a wee bit. Before that, let's take our little break, and then we'll get down to brass tacks with the National Report.
Hubbard's, bringing you Frigidaire Christmas cheer. With the purchase of any Frigidaire fridge, freezer, stove, washer, or air conditioning unit, you get a free 3-piece Frigidaire non-stick pot set. Come into our appliance department on the Carronage and Building Supplies Grandance to get your trusted Frigidaire products and enhance your cooking this Christmas. Offer available while stocks last. Hubbard's, quality service, affordable prices.
Boy, it's Christmas again. Why wish upon a star? For a bank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas, we'll give you low interest and no fuss.
Co-op Bank is making Christmas wishes come true. Fix up your home, treat your loved ones, and get everything on your Christmas list this year with our no-fuss loans. As we count down the 12 days to Christmas, you can win awesome prizes every day. Special terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Co-op Bank and you.
Welcome home.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try the sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Spread some cheer and show you care with Grenlec's Give-A-Wish promotion. Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune, or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with Grenlec. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our Grenlec customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it, and 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with Grenlec's Give-A-Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
Okie dokie, folks. It's coming up on 25 minutes after the hour. While you were listening to that little break there, a couple of comments, 3 comments came in here. First of all, Deborah Parker Stratus Robinson. Deborah is out in Missouri. She says, I wish the live broadcast was better. It's difficult to follow when it is interrupted every 2 to 3 words. Here's hoping it gets better. I really do enjoy your morning shows. Thank you so much, Debbie. Put yourself in my seat. You'll understand how I feel, my dear. Byron Bridgman says, it's funny. As soon as you start talking about us owning our own banks and economic future, You are being hacked by the overlords. So says Byron Bridgman. Glenn Andrew Mark says, interruptions, interruptions. Folks, if you notice that I'm not smiling anymore, it's because I'm embarrassed. I have no control over this, but I'm embarrassed because I started on a real upbeat note this morning, giving you guys a lot of reason to be hopeful. This is what's happening. Okay? Here's the national report.
Work progresses at a Chinese low-income housing project in St. Patrick. Details to this story and more coming up in the national report. Welcome back with the details to the news for today, Tuesday, December 18th. I am Wendy Edmond. The first of 5 China Grenada low-income housing units in Phase 2 is nearing completion. The Ministry of Housing and the Chinese construction team held a roof capping ceremony on Tuesday to mark the start of work on the covering of the units. The housing units at the villa in St. Patrick and Corinth St. David are the only 2 under the second phase where construction has started. 7 structures have been erected on the once vacant land with 70 housing units. Housing Minister Delma Thomas is excited to hand over the keys to the residents once work is complete in 2019.
As impressive as this project is turning out to be, its greatest value will be the enhancement of the lives of our people. I'm personally impressed at the pace of construction. Because remember, they are not only working in St. Patrick's, we are working in 5 different sites, including Carriacou. I cannot wait to be back in a few months when it is all completed and when our people will receive their first keys. Our government is a government that delivers for its people, even sometimes against tough odds.
Parliamentary Representative for St. Patrick West, Anthony Boatswain, is happy that St. Patrick, which has been deemed one of the poorest parishes, is among the first to bring housing relief to vulnerable families.
What is happening here will go a very long way in satisfying that gap or bridging that gap between the demand for low-income housing and the availability of such housing stock. And therefore, once again, I want to place on record the appreciation of this government, of the efforts of you, Mr. Ambassador, your government and people for making this available to us.
Parliamentary Representative for St. Patrick East, Honorable Pamela Moses, highlighted the strength of the structures. She says the units can withstand disasters.
They are built to withstand weather. It is said so in the brochure that you just received, to withstand hurricane winds. Now, you may not have been here to see the foundation, but a couple months ago, maybe about 6 months ago, my colleague and I, Mr. Boson and I, again, we visited the site during the foundation phase because time was going and we didn't see nothing rising up. So, we came to see what was happening. Folks, I want to tell you, the work that went down into the ground is more than what is up there. This is not a joke. The foundation is so deep, it is so firm, that I believe another apartment should be down there. We have a solid foundation.
Units will also be constructed in Dumfries, Carriacou, Diamond, St. Mark, and Bossejou, St. George. Airport officials are excited to put into full use in 2019 new X-ray machines installed at the Customs Department. That announcement was made by General Manager of the Morris Bishop International Airport, Mistress Wendy Franchett Williams. She says the new machine is part of the remodeling aspect of the overall expansion project, which rolled out in 2017. The $66 million concessional loan from the People's Republic of China includes the construction of a parallel taxiway, a bypass road, passenger terminals, a second apron for cargo, and an emergency center.
We've been able to do some relocations and remodeling. As you know, we just completed the remodeling of customs. So most likely by the beginning of 2019, we should see the machine which we bought for X-ray machine for customs in full service. It's in service right now. We actually was able to purchase it in collaboration with customs. So we had a shared cost there with customs, and we've been able to put it into service. But in full service, we have to actually do some remodeling in customs. We are almost there. So most likely by the first quarter of 2019, we should see some modifications within the customs area. We've been able to at least order 2 more escalators so that we could make the upper floor accessible to the airlines to board passengers at the upper level.
The MBI expansion project promises to boost the tourism sector and the country's ability to attract additional international flights. This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Christmas from the Government Information Service, Channel 22.
Welcome back. Residents in the village of Telescope are the recipients of a newly refurbished Telescope Community Development and Business Rehabilitation Center. It is the 8th program of the Basic Needs Trust Fund, funded by the Government of Grenada and the Caribbean Development Bank at a cost of more than 600,000 EC dollars. The project also has a significant input from the St. Andrews Southeast Development Organization. Computer and skills training, workshops, business activities, and medical services are among the many services available at the center. Education Minister and MP for the St. Andrews Southeast, Honorable Emmeline Pear, is happy to deliver to the residents a facility that will assist in the development of the community and their livelihood.
We are going to be announcing the management team that is going to be responsible for the day-to-day operation of this facility. And then we also going to have the St. Andrews Southeast Development Organization continuing to provide oversight, not just to this project, but other projects in the constituency. So there is going to be the local team, and there's going to be the oversight team, which is going to be the St. Andrews Southeast Development Organization. And I want to say that I really look forward to this. It is not going to be a white elephant. I assure you that. It is not going to be a white elephant. As a matter of fact, Brother Britton would have already told you that work is taking place right now for the first training program that is going to be launched here. We already have some computers that is in Grenada right now, ready to be placed at this center, some 25 computers, and those would be used for training as well as assisting students with after-school programs. So there's a lot that is going to be happening in that facility. But most importantly, and I'm saying most importantly, based on the need and the request of the community, I have heard you about a medical facility. I have heard you about the fact that you have to go to Granborough or Paradise to see a doctor. And I want to give the assurance that I've already made arrangements with Ministry of Health. They've agreed to support. As a matter of fact, there's a retired nurse from this community, Nurse Banfield, who is also going to be engaged at this facility, and we are going to be providing medical support to the community, both through a nurse and a doctor, so people would not have to go further.
Minister Pear also spoke of some of the many challenges faced during the process.
When we came and we brought the team that looked at the facility, there was a lot of concern as to whether or not we had to break down everything, or we could have worked with what was there, whether or not we had enough monies to complete the building. There were a lot of concerns. And so I would have spoken directly to the Prime Minister, ensuring that we get the support at the highest possible level, because I have to tell you that we had gone through the first battle, which was to get the facility itself. Because many of you may not know also that this facility was leased to a particular company. I believe it was about 50 years it was leased for. So there was no way under the then arrangement that we could have done this. I want to recognize the former Attorney General, Mr. Cadrington Hood, because he would have played a critical role in supporting us, facilitating all of the legal procedures that had to first take place before we could talk about doing anything.
Finally, in the news, there was no competition this year, but the Carrick-a-Parang Festival was held despite some challenges. This was done under the leadership of the Carrick Festival Board, a cabinet-appointed committee instituted since 2013 through the Ministry of Carrick and Petty Martinic Affairs. The board's role is to ensure the proper functioning and execution of the festivals on the island. President of the Carrick and Petty Martinic Festival Board, James Skylock Stafford, says it's important that the festival continues.
Our parang is our culture, but not only the parang, the other aspect of the culture that has been dying in Carriacou. Now, this festival board is not a new board, but it's a board that it's a board that's been there for a while, but it has just been reactivated. And recently, we almost lost the parang this year. As some of you would remember that you might have been hearing the news that there will be no parang this year. Even on the front paper of the Informer, you would see no parang. So we had to move swiftly to try and save the parang. And that's one of the reasons that we are in this venue tonight, because we believe that if we had stayed in the tennis court and tried the normal competition and everything, the parang would have been damaged real bad.
And that's a wrap on the news for today, December 18th, 2018. On behalf of all of us in the newsroom, I am Wendy Edmond, thanking you for viewing.
With free island-wide delivery, Hubbard's Building Supplies and Lumber Departments continue to provide the best quality lumber, steel, tiles, plumbing materials, electrical and general hardware supplies at competitive prices. We continually consult with builders, homeowners and contractors to improve product range and services. Enjoy discounts where applicable, including the use of credit and debit cards. At Hubbard's Building Supplies, Grandans and Lumber Department, Caranage, we offer quality service, affordable prices, giving you the convenient, reliable, free island-wide delivery. Call 440-2087 for all your home improvement and building solutions.
Grenadian General Insurance Company, strength and stability. Grenadian General Insurance Company, tell your friends, tell your family. We cover householders comprehensive, motor and even fire too. Contractors all risk burglary, public liability, professional indemnity, directors liability, and wait, we still have more. Come and find out more what you're waiting for.
We are located on Scott Street, St. George's. For more information, call 440-2434.
Tell everybody.
Why wish upon a star? For a bank is better by far. Whatever you're wishing for this Christmas.
Bank is making Christmas wishes come true. Fix up your home, treat your loved ones, and get everything on your Christmas list this year with our no-fuss loans. As we count down the 12 days to Christmas, you can win awesome prizes every day. Special terms and conditions apply.
Christmas wishes come true with Go Bank and you.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try their sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Spread some cheer and show you care with Grenlec's Give-A-Wish promotion. Do you know someone who has had a challenging year and deserves some good fortune, or a worthy cause that needs extra support? Grant them a wish this holiday season with Grenlec. Just pay your bill in full, then write their name, address, and phone number on the top portion of your bill. Add your phone number and drop it into the wish box at any of our Grenlec customer centers, or you can enter online via our Facebook page. 15 customers will receive a $500 electricity voucher for giving a wish to someone who deserves it. And 15 winners will each have their wish granted, valued at up to $1,500. What's more, 230 lucky customers will win $75 electricity vouchers. Spread the cheer this year with Grenlec's Give-A-Wish promotion. Visit our website or Facebook page for more information. Terms and conditions apply. Promotion ends December 21st.
All right, folks. All right. I'll tell you what. For those of you who are listening on platforms other than the Facebook, I'm just going to read some comments that have been published here on Facebook, just for your information. Elton Sylvester is complaining about, it's on, it's off, it's on, it's off every couple of seconds. T.F. Richard says, these interruptions are bordering on mental torture. Please, Digicel, please. Elton Sylvester says, thanks to you, good reputation, truthfulness, and honesty. Why I stayed on reading the comments to know what the topic is all about. I guess because of the outages, he did not hear me read the rundown this morning. And he says, don't give up, George. We love you up here in Toronto. Glenn Andrew Mark says, and he's quoting me at some point in the early going, I mentioned, here you have it. Well, Elton says, George, we cannot have it because we didn't hear. Painful, painful. Margaret Francis says, guys, you can get the uninterrupted live audio stream on www.GrenadaBroadcast.com. Thanks, Margaret. Thanks. And finally, Anthony DeRiggs says, there's a call from Digicel, but that's going to have to wait for just a sec. Anthony DeRiggs says, good morning, George. Keep the faith. Things will improve. My dear friends, I'll tell you what, I do appreciate your understanding. As a result of what's happening here, I spoke with Digicel just a few minutes ago on the telephone, and that's them you just heard calling me back. We're going to forego the piece I had planned. I had planned on having them on here with me this morning to really big them up about the work that they had done. But because of what's been happening this morning, this absolute total fiasco, we're going to hold off on that. If we get it resolved by tomorrow, we'll probably have them on tomorrow or whenever, okay? So we're going to cut the program a little bit short this morning, about 15 minutes or so short. and I hope you do understand, but it's very difficult. It's absolutely annoying, and you can tell by my demeanor right now that I am not the very happy camper who started this program about 45 minutes ago. This has been an enormous letdown for me, and I'm going to hang up now and go see what Digicel has to say, okay? And by the way, before you finally commit all the blame to Digicel, I'm fair. What if? Ask yourself this question. What if it isn't Digicel? Ask yourself that question. Be truthful to yourself, okay? I'll tell you what, let's pull the plug, and by God's grace, we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 9 for another edition of Gudday Grenada. Cheers.